internet, or when we think, many big people have written so many things, how to take decision and what not. There is no end of things. For example, usual methods that they say are like this. Well, decision making, second slide. First thing that we have to do, that is, we have to identify our problem. See, there are small problems, there are big problems. Small problems are our very personal problems. I will wear this or I will wear that, that is small problems. That is not, we are not concerned with that. We are concerned with a little major decisions. Just like some people are confused, what profession I will take, what type of life I will lead, like this. So for these things, we have to do one thing. Number one is, we have to find out where is our problem. Number two is, we have to gather information regarding it. You have to ask people, but don't take anybody's judgment. Judgment is yours, but we have to gather information. Then we have to find alternatives. If I don't do this, what is the next alternative? That also. Then we have to weigh the evidence. A friend may say, this is good, this profession is very nice. But another may say, that is not at all good. You know what happened? Like this. They may give some information. We have to collect all the information, but we have to be neutral. I should not be biased. Then we have to choose using reasoning or intuition. Final decision is ours. It is not my friends, it is not anybody's. Not even parents. Not even parents. The final decision is mine. Some child may be very good at arts or literature. The parents may force her to become an engineer or doctor. Her life will become hell. She can't progress, she can't do anything because her heart is against it. We have to do what our heart says, finally. Then we have to take action. Once we take action, don't look back. I should have done that. I'm so sorry I have taken this line. Don't look back. You go with a full-fledged energy in that line. Then we can learn by our own mistakes, where we can review and see. See, mistakes are big teachers for us. Don't be depressed if we do mistake or we fall. A failure can always be a greater guru. Okay. Now, I want to tell you one or two stories and start. See, two stories I have taken here. That is called split-second decision. Sometime you will have no time. We have to take very quickly. That you have to listen to your intuition or heart. The one thing is this one. I don't know which year it was, maybe 1980s. Suddenly there was a row that America is attacking Russia. And both were equally good. They both had nuclear weapons. And the Soviet Union was far more, about 5 nuclear heads are heading towards Russia. What do? The presidents who has got control about the military, they have got a room with them. And in that room, there will be buttons. If you just strike one button, then immediately bomber may fall on Delhi. It is in their hand. Can you digest it? All these people who are standing in front of you, they are laughing at you. Can you digest that? So they will say you are a coward, and if you can win, yes, you will get heroic, your kingdom. And that is very much needed because the people are suffering in the hands of Kauravas. People want you to fight, as it is happening in our country also now. We have to stand up and fight hundreds and thousands of years now. Because we could not fight properly, we could not be united. So do you want to be reduced to that state? Krishna said, And he reminded him, it is your swabhav, it is your passion. You are military race. It is in your blood. Fighting is in your blood. And you are refusing to do that and you want to take begging bow. It won't suit you. It won't suit you. And he even said, Klaibyamma smagama partha naitatta upapadyate. This cavalier doesn't suit you. You are a hero. Come up. So the first thing we have to do is in our actions, decision taking is find out your swadharma. Find out your passion. As I told you earlier, if you are interested in drawing or literature or music, don't go for engineering. Parents may force you, hey, do this, otherwise what the people will say. See, but your heart is against it. You are a nature lover. Then if you want to take as mathematics, your heart is against it. So you think properly, what is your passion? That is the number one point here. So whenever we face difficulties, we face two diverting paths. Two diverting paths on our mind. Internet, or when we think, many big people have written so many things, how to take decision and what not. There is no end of things. For example, usual methods that they say are like this. Well, decision making, second slide. First thing that we have to do, that is, we have to identify our problem. See, there are small problems, there are big problems. Small problems are our very personal problems. I will wear this or I will wear that, that is small problems. That is not, we are not concerned with that. We are concerned with a little major decisions. Just like some people are confused, what profession I will take, what type of life I will lead, like this. So for these things, we have to do one thing. Number one is, we have to find out where is our problem. Number two is, we have to gather information regarding it. You have to ask people, but don't take anybody's judgment. Judgment is yours, but we have to gather information. Then we have to find alternatives. If I don't do this, what is the next alternative? That also. Then we have to weigh the evidence. A friend may say, this is good, this profession is very nice. But another may say, that is not at all good. You know what happened? Like this. They may give some information. We have to collect all the information, but we have to be neutral. I should not be biased. Then we have to choose using reasoning or intuition. Final decision is ours. It is not my friends, it is not anybody's. Not even parents. Not even parents. The final decision is mine. Some child may be very good at arts or literature. The parents may force her to become an engineer or doctor. Her life will become a hell. She can't progress, she can't do anything because her heart is against it. We have to do what our heart says, finally. Then we have to take action. Once we take action, don't look back. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I'm so sorry I have taken this line. Don't look back. You go with a full-fledged energy in that line. Then we can learn by our own mistakes, where we can review and see. See, mistakes are big teachers for us. Don't be depressed if we do mistake or we fall. A failure can always be a greater guru. Okay. Now, I want to tell you one or two stories and start. See, two stories I have taken here. That is called split-second decision. Sometime you will have no time. We have to take very quickly. That you have to listen to your intuition or heart. The one thing is this one. I don't know which year it was, maybe 1980s. Suddenly there was a row that America is attacking Russia. And both were equally good. They have both had nuclear weapons. And the Soviet Union was far more, about 5 nuclear heads are heading towards Russia. What do they do, you know? The presidents who has got control about the military, they have got a room with them. And in that room, there will be buttons. If you just strike one button, then immediately bomber may fall on Delhi. It is in their hand. Can you digest it? All these people who are standing in front of you, they are laughing at you. Can you digest that? So they will say you are a coward, and if you can win, yes, you will get heroic, your kingdom. And that is very much needed, because the people are suffering in the hands of Kauravas. People want you to fight, as it is happening in our country also now. We have to stand up and fight hundreds and thousands of years now, because we could not fight properly, we could not be united. So do you want to be reduced to that state? Krishna said. And he reminded him, it is your swabhav, it is your passion. You are military race. It is in your blood. Fighting is in your blood. And you are refusing to do that, and you want to take begging bow. It won't suit you. It won't suit you. And he even said, Klaibyamma smagama partha naitatta upapadyate. This cowardice doesn't suit you. You are a hero. Come up. So the first thing we have to do is, in our actions, decision taking, is find out your swadharma. Find out your passion. As I told you earlier, if you are interested in drawing or literature or music, don't go for engineering. Parents may force you, hey, do this, otherwise what the people will say. See, but your heart is against it. You are a nature lover. Then if you want to take as mathematics, your heart is against it. So you think properly, what is your passion? That is the number one point here. So whenever we face difficulties, we face two diverting paths. Two diverting paths on our mind. Don't be afraid to take challenges. Come out of your comfort zone. Atman is never reached by cowards. Be heroic, my child, be heroic. This is what he says. Some people, Krishna calls them tamasic. Who are they? They are deep inside their laziness. They can't come out of their laziness. And they will think, it is okay, I will do tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So this procrastination, Dirgha Sutri. A picture is given for Dirgha Sutri. Ayukta, how is he? Ayukta, not reasonable. Is not able to take reasons. Prakrita, very ordinary. Stabda, he is like a foolish fellow, idiot. Shata, Naishkritik or Alasa, is lazy and will not do work. Vishadi, always repenting on something or other. That happened like this, like this. Dirgha Sutri, I will not be able to do this. Some other day I will do. This type of person are called tamasic people, Krishna says. So now we can judge ourselves whether we are tamasic or rajasic or sattvic. Krishna has given definitions. If you are like this, then you are tamasic. If you are like this, then you are sattvic, like this. So it is ours to judge now. Then Krishna says, say your mind is your teacher. If you make friendship with your mind, he is the greatest friend. But if you have enmity with your mind, he is the greatest enemy. That is why he says, Uddhared Atman Atmanam. Here Atman means mind. Na atmanam avasadaya. Don't get depressed. Means sometimes we say to ourselves, no, I am not able to do all these things. I cannot do. You are depressing yourself. Don't do that. Atmaiva hi atmano bandhu. Your own mind is your friend. Atmaiva hi ripuratmanaha. Your mind only can become your greatest enemy. Enemy is not outside. Sometimes some people suicide, saying, no, I can't bear this, I can't bear this. But that is the most foolish act they have done. Why? They have taken their mind with them. See, the mind only is urging you. I can't bear this, I can't bear this. What you can't bear? Your own mind. Your own mind is giving you trouble. Even if you commit suicide, your mind will go with you. What will you do with that? Only your body is left behind. Our mind will go with us. So we have to think that also. Many people, no, they have suicidal tendency. What is there in this life? I want to commit suicide. Foolishness is this. If you commit suicide, you are taking your mind with you. It will go on torturing you forever. They say eternally. Eternally you will be tortured. So, bandhuratman manastasya yenatmai vatmanajita. If you have got self-control, your mind is the most faithful friend for you. And you will be in a perpetual joy. Holy Mother Sarada Devi says, if we can control our mind, there will be an internal flow of joy. You need not depend on the outside things. That is why in our Shastras, no, whenever you do home or whenever you do puja, there is a prayer. That prayer is directed to our mind only. That mind, it says, Yad jagruto dura mudaiti daimam tadu suptasya tataivaiti durangamam jyotisham jyotirekam tanme mana shiva sankalpam astu. This mind can go anywhere. You may be staying here, it will go to London. It will do anything you like. So, we are praying to our mind only. So, please be with me. Please support me. And in my will and action, help me. This one. Krishna says, finally it is our self-disciplined mind and concentration that will give rise to a strong will. That in Sanskrit we call dhriti, strong will. That can take right decision and strong action. And there should be Shraddha with us. Without Shraddha you can't achieve anything. Shraddha is something very fundamental. We say Atma Shraddha, Atma Vishwas. We should have Shraddha on ourselves also. We should have Shraddha on, just like we have parents and this thing. We should have Shraddha on ourselves also. Then only, I think, we can achieve anything. And this one Krishna is saying again and again, don't concentrate on the result. This is a famous sloka you see in many places. Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalar hetur bhuma te sangosta karmani. Karmanye vadikaraste. You have right to work, not to the fruits thereof. In the military slogan is, ours is to do and die, not to ask why. You know that? I don't know how many of you know. This is the slogan of the military people, army. Ours is to do and die, and not to ask why. Swamiji has repeated this in many times in his letters. So after hearing everything, finally Arjun says, suddenly he felt that all his mind is clearing. He says, Nashto moha smriti labda tat prasadat achyuta sitosmi gata sandoha karishye vachanam tava. That means all my delusions have dissolved. Krishna, by your grace, all my delusions have dissolved. I will definitely do as you told me. So, and he came back to his self. So, here is a beautiful shloka in the meditation of Gita, Gita Dhyan. It says like this. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadrata Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Vahani Kardena Vela Kula Ashwattama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshava. See, Krishna did not take weapon, but he was a very good charioteer, he was a very good boatman. And the war, this battle is compared to this one, a Rana Nadi. That means a river of war. It had dangers on every nook and corner. There were whirlpools, there were crocodiles and all sorts of things. Without Krishna, they could not have crossed it. The danger was waiting on every corner. It was Krishna who took them on every this thing, and safely they reached the other bank. A very beautiful shloka. But then we will say, Krishna is not with us. He is with Arjuna and he guided him. And so they safely crossed this river. What will happen to us? This is what every one of us we will ask. But then we also have this inner controller. Krishna is there in us in a different form. That is called Antaryamin. Antaryamin, the inner controller. Your consciousness will say, don't do this. Sometimes we hear the voice of our consciousness when we are taking a judgment of this and that. And we don't listen to it. There we go wrong. See, if a decision has to be made, we have to depend on some intuition. Intuition is this Antaryamin, what he says. See, in our Upanishad also we say, Atmanam Ratinam Viddhi, Shariram Ratamevatu, Buddhim tu Saratim Viddhi, Mana Pragraham Evacha. That means, this, you see, this Atman, our own soul, is the person who is riding in the chariot. And this one, the one who is controlling charioteer is our Buddhi. And he is controlling with the help of our manas, that is pragraha, that reins. And these senses, my eyes, my ears, my nose and all these things, they are horses. The senses are always running. Oh, nice music is going on there, so my ear will go there. A nice food smell has come, immediately my tongue will start reacting. So these are the senses which will run towards the all these things, Vishya. But we can control it. We can control it, so only self-disciplined mind can act as our real guide. So our own Antaryamin we have to depend, our own consciousness. So this is our inner guide, Antaryamin. That is why we say all our children of this Bharatvarsha, they have to have these meditation techniques. They have to control their inner self. They have to know what is there. Because we are all taken birth in this country. It is our heritage. We have to do it. Because people also will be looking at you. You don't worry. When you go to West, they will ask you how to meditate also nowadays. So let us recap. I am finishing now. Number 1, you can read out yourself. Let us recap now. You have shown the slide. First one is your passion is your Swadharma. Find it out. What is your passion? Second is, don't allow ego and boasting. Try to be sober. Try to be eager to learn always. If your ego is too much fattened, then you will say, there is nothing to learn. When you say there is nothing to learn, you must examine yourself. Why I am saying this? Why I am saying this? That means my ego has become boosted too much. Don't be lazy. Don't allow procrastination. What is the word Krishna used? What is the word Krishna used? Who will tell? Tell me. Dirgha Sutri. Very good. Be proactive. Opt for good, not for pleasant. You tell me the words that is used in our Shastras. Prayas and Shreyas. Very good. Take the decision with the help of right thinking person. If we don't have right thinking person, whom should we depend? Whom should we depend? Antaryamin, correct. Then yoga karmasu kaushalam. We have to develop focus and skill with a right concentration. Self-discipline is the key to success. Your own mind is your greatest friend. Your own Antaryamin will guide you. What Krishna said? Anybody can remember that shloka? Bandhur Atma Manastasya. Said no? Your Atma is your Bandhu. That means Atma here is mind. We have already come across nuclear war and another example. Now I will go ahead. So, one thing we should depend upon is our intuition. When we take right decision, one thing that we should depend on is our own intuition. And whenever our brain and our heart are at war, which one will you choose? Your brain you will choose, and your heart you will choose. Which one you will choose? Tell me quickly. How many say heart? Hands up. How many say heart? Oh, so less people. Then how many will say the brain? The remaining all will say brain. See, first I have to do reasoning, no doubt. I can't refuse my brain. I have to do reasoning. But when you take decision, something will tell you. That is our Antaryami. You will say, oh, this is wrong. Don't do this. That is our heart. So we should take that heart, this thing, finally. We should reason with our brain, no doubt. But finally, we should always listen to our heart also. Okay. Now, this is all on micro level, I have told you. Decision making on micro level, my own personal level. Now I want to tell you something big. That is on nation's level. We as a collection, we are the nation. No. It's a mashti, we say in Sanskrit. Together, collectively, we are the nation. Each one of us, if we are self-disciplined, then the country will become self-disciplined. Why do we see so many wrong things are going on in the country? Because some of us are going wrong. Is it not? Is it not? Now when you pledge that you should become the bright future of this country, that means all of you should contribute to that. Not simply saying, this country is like this. This country, no, this is our country. Many times I have heard the girls or boys talking like this. In states, no, it is so nice. Hey, this country is like this. This country, whose country is that? It's our country. And we should be proud of our country. Why should we be proud of our country? Swamiji said openly to Western people, standing in front of them, can you tell what he said? He said, India is surviving from thousands of years. Why? Because it has to give the light spiritual. This is the only country that is always dedicated to knowledge. Thousands of years back, it was a knowledge society. Thousands of years back. Swamiji said openly to Western audience, when the worms were crawling on your bodies, India was at the pinnacle of glory. See, we were supposed to be slave race. He was standing in front of British, who were supposed to be rulers, and he said this openly, boldly. Can you imagine? You have looted our country. That is why today you are rich. He said openly. There's a very small incident I tell you, that it is nice lesson for us also. How he was, see, he was a representative of our country, which was at that time slave country, subordinate country. But he was standing in front of the rulers. You know how he spoke? One day when he was speaking, One military captain was standing in the front row. Am I taking too much time? Sitting in front row. He was very sarcastic because he served in Indian army for some time. So he said, Indians means slaves. But Swamiji was, that day he was telling on Buddha. He was telling how Buddha was taking sannyas and this thing. When he came to that point, this man already has said so many comments, no? So many people were angry with him. Some were even holding this thing to give him a nice blow. Then when Swamiji said, Buddha, how he took sannyas and he was so nicely, was in a very high state of mind. This man said, oh, sannyasis, sadhus, they are cheats, like this. Then Swamiji got angry. His big eyes, now he looked like this towards him. Then that time itself, this man started sweating like anything. Then Swamiji said, you British, what have you done? And he started with 500 BC. Said 500 BC, you were barbarians. The worms were crawling on your bodies. And now you did this, you did this, you did this. He went on just like, indiction in this one, no? Judgment when we pass. You know, those who have passed law, you know, how they give judgment. You did this, you did this, you did this, like this, no? Swamiji said exactly like that, in a chronological way. You did this to Spain, you did this to you did this to India, you did this to like this. He went on giving whole narration. How much you looted, how much you killed, how many people you killed. The people were stunned, they were British. None of them opposed. Just think, 300 people sitting quietly, listening to him. How bold he must have been and how proud he was of the country. Today I can speak like that, but that day can I speak like that? Do you think we can speak like that? Standing in front of British. And then this man, finally he got up, he was crying like anything. Both his kerchiefs got wet and he slowly walked out. Then Swamiji looked at him with his full eyes. Then he went back. Said, now so the Buddha took sannyas that time. He went back and he was so calm and sweet. Everybody forgot what he said. Means he was so furious a moment before. The people have forgot that his anger. Again they were back with Buddha. So that was Swamiji. So see, Swamiji has shown our greatness to the outside world. Why? He wanted every Indian child, every Bharatiya to become Atma Vishwas, to become courageous, to be bold and to face this future. He wanted us to take up the weapon. Not only Arjun. Now this is our modern Krishna telling us to take up the weapon and fight for the glorious future of India. It is a responsibility of each one of us. You will say, oh, I will go to foreign and I will forget India. No, no, no. All of us, we have to take the responsibility. It is the responsibility of mothers also. They have to tell about the tradition and the culture and this of India. Now the foreigners are respecting. Mark Twain is telling, India is the mother of all these things and India is a great mother of traditions, is a great grandmother of culture. She has given culture to us, she has given language to us. So many Western pundits have come up and saying, all Aryan invasion theory is wrong. It is India which has gone outside and given light, spiritual light to others, culture to others, language to others. Sanskrit only is the mother language of all the languages. For example, I tell you, mother, how it has come? Matri, matter, then mother. Then father, how it has come? Pitri, Peter, father. You just take a word, new. New how it has come from Nava. So all the words can be traced to Sanskrit. All the words. Almost all the words can be traced. Geometry, it has come from geomiti. And trigonometry, it has come from trikonamiti. And we knew that our arthisphere boo gold, we said. We never said boo plate. It is gold. And then khagol, we say. It is spherical, we know that. And they knew about the gravitation pull, they knew about the calendars. They did perfect calendar. Now if people forget, when Jesus was born, there is no meaning for AD and BC. But from Ramayana, 125 situations are there where they have given the constellations, how were the nakshatra positions. If you put it in computer, you can get back the date, perfect date you can get back now. So we have perfected calendars also 10,000 years back. And one of the mandalas of Rigveda, that is 7th mandala, now they are dating back to 50,000 years. So look at the strong and deep culture of India, grand culture of India. Now why should we be then look at ourselves as beggars? We have such a great treasure. Now our GDP is rising. Definitely within few years it will go up and we will be again in the same golden India. Sona Kichidiya they used to say, no? And don't call yourselves as Indians, you call yourself as Bharatiya. Bharata means the people who love the knowledge, light of knowledge. That is the meaning. So beautiful meaning. And we have left it and we'll say, we are Indians. What is the meaning of India? No meaning. This is coined by colonists, that is British. Just no meaning. They wanted to make us nobody. They wanted to take off our cultures, tradition, everything. That is why Macaulay has written, in this great country, not a single person says lies. Not a single person steals. Here I have got such a robust moral culture. If we have to make them slaves, take away their traditions and culture and this thing, you destroy their foundation. Foundation is religious culture and our own arts and this thing. You destroy it. Replace the Gurukulas and Sanskrit by our English schools. Then they can be turned into slaves. Today his dream has come true. Our people, we are running after this one and there are so much of corruption and so much of this thing, our foundation is spoiled. But if you want to have bright future, all of you have to rise again against this. We shall take a collective decision now. Whatever you do, we will do for our country. We will remember its great culture. That is what I want. So with that I will come. Last. So Swamiji's, when the history of the India will be unearthed, it will be proved that as in matters of religion, so in the fine arts, India is the primal guru of the entire world, Swamiji said. So the world will look at you in the future. You may remember that. So this is what Swamiji expected of us. So with Swamiji's blessings, I hope that each one of you will satisfy his dreams. Okay? Shall I say that? Yes. Yes? You promise? Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. माताजींनी खूप कमी वेळात खूप गोष्टी सांगितल्या आहेत. आपल्याला कार्यक्रमाकडे लवकरात जायचंय, त्यामुळे तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी या गोष्टी लिहून ठेवा. जे काय काय तुम्हाला कळले, छोट्या छोट्या टिप्स, जी उत्तरं तुमच्या प्रश्नांना मिळतात ती लिहून ठेवा. नंतर घरी जाताना थँक्स टू गुगल आणि जीपीटी एवढी जर आपली नाही आहे मेमरी की सगळं अगदी दिवस पूर्ण लक्षात राहील आपल्या, घरी जाऊन जेव्हा तुम्ही हे वाचाल तेव्हा नक्कीच त्याचा तुम्हाला फायदा होईल. आता आपण तुम्ही कोणी प्रश्न दिले असतील तर ते लगेच तयार करा. मी सगळ्यांच्या वतीने माताजींना प्रश्न विचारणार आहे आणि त्यानंतर तुमच्याकडे प्रश्न we are about to start the question answers with the girls. But before that, from all of us, we have a question. Mataji, today we are all talking about decision making. Can you brief us about your own decision about this life of renunciation which you are living, or the thought process before joining Sarada or taking this decision?
Why I took this decision? Yes, I was a research scholar, and people hope that I will become a big scientist. God knows. But then I had a type of this thing that I had to follow Swamiji. I felt that Swamiji is a great liberator. I don't know about Vairagya or Jnana or Bhakti or whatnot. I had only one intention, that I had to serve the country in whatever possibility, and it is Swamiji is the only guide. So I have to follow the footsteps of Swamiji, and wherever Swamiji sends me, I will be able to walk. This was my dream. That is why I had to go to tribal area, I had to go this way or that way. Wherever he sent me, I take for granted that he only sent me, and I did with dedication. That's all. That is, I love to work in all these fields. It was a creative thing. Even the education was a very creative thing. And I love our students and children. Even today, they love us. That is true. Whether they are deputy commissioners or circle officers or medical officers, they come running to me as soon as I go there. That is the affection that they maintain with us. And each one of them are real patriots, that I can tell you. That is one thing that we achieved in Arunachal Pradesh. We were asked in Shillong, there was a educationist symposium, one conference was there. We were asked openly, what are you doing? I told them about the holistic education, and they said, if ever we have achieved anything, it is this. See, Arunachal shares 3,500 kilometers of border with China. It is porous. It's all jungle, it's all mountain. Anywhere, anybody can enter. You can't expect Jawans to stand like this and protect 3,500 kilometers, is it not? Then who will protect? Who will protect? If only the hearts of the humans are with us, then our country will be saved, not otherwise. Not otherwise. They only are saving us. That may be the reason why Swamiji sent us to the border. Even now I have got another center which is almost near China, in the West Kameng district, in Dirao. It is next to Tawang, it is on the another border. So this is the one thing that our girls pick up. That is why even Modi said, everywhere in India where I go, they say Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. But here in Arunachal, they are very patriotic, they will say Jai Hind. This is what we call black gold. The next target is petrol, not gold. So they are after Assam. And they know that at the chicken neck, whether you are familiar with the geography of India or not, I don't know. At one place, India has only got 28 kilometers width. So China is targeting it. Even America is targeting it. Americans are targeting through Nagas, terrorists. And China is targeting through Naxalites. They want to cut that place so that all the seven sisters come away this side and they will become helpless. Because that is the main track that goes to Assam. Fortunately now the Assam CM is very strong. Apart from that, other things, you know, Manipur is burning, everybody is burning. We only say Manipur is burning and this ethnic clash is going on. But you know why? Do you know why? Drug lords are pouring money there to make these communities this thing. And they want to make the whole India like that. They don't want to see our country coming up. They can't bear it. That is called white supremacy. They can't bear it. That is why they are pouring so many destructive things inside our country. They are brainwashing our children. They are brainwashing our leaders. We are in a very terrific condition. Swamiji has seen this one. Swamiji said, 3 visions he said, one after another. He said, first when he went to America, he was very happy. He said, America will stand for the women and masses, I am happy. But afterwards he said, no, they are the pack of wolves. They are after the competition. I don't think America will do. Then after some time he said, either Russia or China will stand for the masses and women. And he hoped also, the communism came up in both the countries, you saw that. But then finally, do you know what he said? He saw the vision. He even saw this one, when somebody said, what will happen to China? Because China was also struggling like us at that time. He said, oh, an elephant is dying, but a lion cub will emerge, whom nobody can face. That means China will emerge as a superpower, and nobody can face it. And even he said, for the independent India, China is the greatest threat. That also he said. And then he said finally one thing. What is that? One day he was standing and suddenly he saw a vision. His eyes was focused on a long distance. He said, no, it is we who are going to solve the problems. We means Indians, Bharatiyas. We are going to solve this problem of labor class, this problem of masses and uplifting the masses. Chaos, everything we are going to solve for the world. And he said, but through what tumults, what bloodshed, what tumults. He said this and kept quiet, and the whole room was so charged. Nobody was able to ask anything. They were afraid to ask a question. They only saw and noted down. Sister Niveta also was there. They simply saw this one and noted down. But nobody had any courage to ask him, what did you see? So I think we are passing through the stage now. So when Swamiji has seen this is happening, we only pray that Swamiji may help us to get through this one. So.